Well, welcome back, everyone. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Marissa.
And we're back here with Working Moms. And we are so excited to have our guest with us. And Lisa, why don't you introduce yourself? Because I feel that every time we introduce someone, you're the best one to do it.
Sure.
You know everything about yourself.
Sure. My name is Lisa Wiesman, and I am a integrative health practitioner, basically a health coach, but I'm also a registered nurse and a licensed massage therapist. But just now starting into the practitioner health coaching business.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've had a full life.
Yes, I have.
A full service life.
Yes.
Serving everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just have to add, Lisa is amazing. I go to her for massage and cupping, and you have helped me tremendously.
Perfect.
Yes.
So glad.
So I'm excited to
so
know
glad.
Lisa and have her be with us today.
Well, I think it's funny when you mentioned right before we got started, I said, you should introduce Lisa because you know her better than I do. And you said, I think Lisa probably knows
Yes.
me better than I know myself.
Lisa knows me very well on the outside. Yes, indeed.
Well, we're excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
Like I said, I love Lisa. She is really helping me out a lot, and I think I've been going to you about a year now.
Is it
Would
been
you
a
say?
year? Probably.
Yeah, and so I struggle with the tendonitis, which I've shared before from doing hair, and Lisa, through massage and she does cupping therapy, has helped me get more flexibility in my shoulders, more comfortable, the most relief that I've ever had doing any kind of therapy, which I've tried just about everything. So
Perfect.
yeah,
So glad it helped.
it does.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So tell us how you got started from being an RN and then going into being a life coach, massage therapist.
Okay. Excuse me.
Or a health coach, I'm sorry. Health coach.
So my husband's retired military, and we were in Kentucky, and my kids were starting high school and junior high, and I was not working in that time as a nurse. I hadn't worked as a nurse for a really long time now. But I wanted to do something, and so a friend of mine, she was doing massage therapy, and I had always wanted to do it in the years past and just never had time with kids being little. And so I decided that was my time. So I ended up going back to school, and I've been doing massage therapy. This is my 5th year. But last year I started on a wellness journey, actually through a client of mine, who I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's several years ago, not getting any relief just by what I was doing on my own. Doctors just wanted to throw medication at me, didn't really help me. One of them said that she couldn't help me. And so that was very disappointing when you're in the office with an endocrinologist crying, and she says, I can't do anything for you. So I started on this journey with Victoria, and realized that there's a lot of people like me who are having issues. And so I set out to help other women as well. And even men with other issues too. It just goes beyond just women.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So, Lisa, tell us a little bit what that is, because I don't know what it is. So I'm
Okay, so an integrative health practitioner is basically a health coach, but our view of what we do is to get to the why of why you're having your issues. Why are you not losing weight? Why do you have Hashimoto's? Why do you have sleep apnea? That was me. Why is all this happening to you? No one could tell me why I had sleep apnea. I mean, if I look at myself, I'm like, when you think of a sleep apneic patient,
Right.
you don't think of me. At
Right.
least I hope you don't think of me. So I'm like, nobody could tell me why. I'm like, so then I ended up having surgery, some sinus surgery. I don't know if it helps a little bit, but I don't know if that really made a difference. So we basically want to know why you're having the issues. We get down to the very root cause of it all. And then through that, we help you through supplements, through testing, lab testing that we can do, at home.
Right.
To get down to the nitty gritty of why you're actually having the issues. And using supplements, you don't have to use them all the time. But once you start healing your body, then you can start tapering those things off. So, yeah.
That's exactly like when you were working on me last time and the topic came up, I thought, oh my gosh, so many women and men, like you said, everybody needs to know, because it is so easy. You go to the doctor and they just want to prescribe you something, or even pain relief, which I would say 99% of the time doesn't really help. It's like a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. And it's a lot about what we're putting in our bodies. And you had
Yep.
shared that with me too, about like diet and what we eat and how it makes us feel.
Exactly.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So
And what
basically,
you found for your own self by
sure,
doing?
sure.
Yeah.
So basically, your gut is like your brain. So Hippocrates always said that everything begins in the gut. So, and your gut is related to your brain by the vagus nerve. So it's all connected. So anything you put in your body, you are what you eat, right? So
Right.
anything that you put in your body is going to affect your body system somehow,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's good or bad. And mostly it's bad because of what we put in our bodies today with fast food and processed food and all that stuff. So basically, anything that you put in your body is going to have an effect on you somehow. And so I have changed my diet completely. I don't eat processed foods. I have a cheat meal. I'm not going to lie. You know, I do
What
have
is
a
your
cheat
cheat
meal.
meal? We want to know.
Well, let's see.
You're like,
Tonight
there's
it
a
might
few
be
cheat meals.
pizza. Tonight might be pizza. But I mean, like usually it's like on a Sunday because like after church we'll go eat. I went to Mexican food and honestly I was really disappointed because it was terrible. So I'm like, I wasted my time on that.
I hate that.
You know, but honestly, when I've changed my diet, I've noticed that I don't want that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather eat what I make at home because it tastes better in my body.
Right.
Body doesn't fight it.
Yeah.
I don't get the stomach ache. I don't get the sleepless night.
Mhm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't honestly do it very often.
Yeah.
But I mean, it might be pizza tonight, or I'm thinking about like a brisket sandwich from Buc-ee's because that's
nice. Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
But then I'll feel miserable afterwards. But
Yeah. Sometimes, like, I'll have something terrible, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care if I get sick because that was really worth the calories. It was worth the,
yeah, Yeah.
inflammation.
right.
And then sometimes, like you said, you're like, I feel sick. You know, I spent money on something that
Yeah.
wasn't worth it either.
Yeah.
So,
I think so. It sounds really interesting how you became the health coach, or in that aspect. But I'm really interested in your background because you
Okay.
went into this route based on your medical knowledge. You're already an RN,
Right.
which is a registered nurse,
Correct.
and that's a 4-year degree.
Correct.
Right? And that's a lot of medical information that you had to say, okay, this isn't working for me.
Right.
So it's not like you just guessed and took a career field that
Correct.
sounded good. You had gone through this whole medical career, and then you decided that that wasn't working, and you went into this. Tell us a little bit about that journey for you.
Sure. So the medical field today, and I respect doctors, and you know there's a point for them, and
Right,
and
absolutely.
there's definitely a reason to go to the doctor, and I'm not saying you don't ever go, but for me, they just could not give me the answer that I needed, and so with my background, medication doesn't solve everything, and so even physicians don't have a nutrition degree. They have like one class of nutrition in medical school, and that's it. And even some of them don't even know, like when I was going through my thyroid issues with the Hashimoto's, I went to my nurse practitioner and asked her to draw like 12 different thyroid labs that I had gotten from a different physician, a naturopathic physician. And she's like, I don't even know what some of these are. So even the doctors don't know, nurse practitioners don't know all the things that are out there for integrative health, And the integrative health is based on Ayurvedic medicine and Chinese medicine. So it's all kind of combined into one.
Okay.
So, yeah. I've seen both worlds, and there is a point for medication. There is a point, and I still take a medication until I can finish my healing and hopefully taper off that medication. Because I needed it
right.
at the time, and I still need it until I feel completely healed in my body. So, and that I'm working on what we call protocols on healing my leaky gut right now. And so, yeah.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the leaky gut, because we were talking about that too. And
Yes.
a lot of people probably have it and don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
yeah,
is that?
yeah.
I've heard that before. I don't know what it is.
So basically, it's the lining of your gut has holes, right? So you have all the little, like there's like a little picture of all the little villi and everything.
Uh-huh.
So basically, instead of looking like this, it's kind of separated.
Okay.
So everything that you eat can seep through that and leak into your bloodstream, which
Wow.
causes the headaches, the Hashimoto's, and all that kind of stuff. So anybody who's ever had an antibiotic, who's ever had birth control, you know, any things like that that can disrupt your gut.
Me, I've had
Yeah.
all of those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it just it destroys the lining of your intestines. And that just causes
What are the
everything.
symptoms? Like you mentioned headaches and things like that.
Headaches, like skin infections, you know, acne, headaches, rashes.
I read everywhere that nuts and things like that or grease doesn't give you acne, but I swear, every time I eat any amount of nuts, I can see it in
So
my skin.
you probably have sensitivity to
Yeah.
nuts, which is causing that reaction. And that is a side effect of the nuts that you're eating. It causes you to have some
Yeah.
acne.
They said there's no way to have an allergy. Like if you have an allergy, you have a real allergy, but it doesn't show up on your skin. That's what I've been told every time.
I feel like I agree with you. I think that maybe there's not so much knowledge that we get from doctors that don't dig all the way down to the root of problems.
Right.
Because if I eat a chocolate bar, I'll get a pimple, but they say chocolate doesn't cause it, but it does. Or at least
For you, it
exactly.
does. And for you get the acne with the nuts. That's most likely a sentivity. And you don't really know you have a sensitivity until, one, you can test for it. You can do a food sensitivity test. I just recently did that and found out some things I was very sad about. But that doesn't mean that I can't not ever eat them
Right.
again. It's just right now I have to back off, heal the gut, then reintroduce them slowly and see what reaction I get. Do I have the achy joints? You know, achy joints is a
I do.
huge thing. And that was me. I had achy joints. You know, my hip. I have arthritis in the left hip. And man, I couldn't sleep on it. And so it's just...
What about when you said, you know, you're gonna back off of those things and heal your gut? Can you does the gut regenerate or rejuvenate itself? And can you heal it by backing off eating
You
stuff that you shouldn't be eating?
can, but you still need something in there to help seal the gut. So you've got to seal that back to close it. Because if you don't, I mean, you can back off and eat it every now and then, but until that gut is sealed, you're still going to have issues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there is something that out there specifically for that. Is that
Yeah, I use a protocol from a company that is based off of Ayurvedic and Chinese herbs and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so it's a 12-week program, but you eliminate all the foods that are highly sensitive for most people for a certain period of time, and then you slowly introduce those back in. So it's going to take me 12 to 24 months,
wow?
you know, to get, well, not 12 to 24.
Sure.
So 12 weeks, 24 weeks until I get all that sealed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that is definitely commitment and intentionality. I think that
It
we've
is.
talked a lot about that in our podcast, just being intentional in so many different aspects of life. And I think at our age, we become very intentional
Yeah.
because we want to stay young.
Yeah.
But also because we are noticing those things that change in our bodies. Like you mentioned achy joints. I have arthritis in my hands.
Yeah.
I haven't had milk because we're doing keto now. So I haven't had milk in about a week.
Yeah.
My hands feel so much better.
Yeah, dairy is
and
a
I
very
know that.
sensitive food for a lot of people.
I love it. You know? But in keto, you can have cheese and you can have, you know, different, like heavy cream. And the heavy cream actually doesn't have as much lactose as regular milk. So it's actually, I have heavy cream in my coffee every morning, and it's still, I don't have the achy joints like I was with a bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
But we don't know that.
Well, and the cereal too could cause problems.
Yeah, I'm
because
like,
of
what
sugar.
cereal are you eating? Fruity
Cinnamon.
Pebbles? Fruity Pebbles will do it to you.
Every time.
Red 40.
I don't really do cereal very much, but every once in a while, I think it's the milk. I love milk. I'll have milk with cookies, whatever, bread, it doesn't matter. I'll have a glass of milk when it's just cold and instead of water. But Lisa, this is a lot of stuff. How do you handle it all as a mom? So you said you went back to school when your kids were a little
Yes,
bit.
so my kids are grown. So my daughter's 18, she'll be 19 next month, and my son is 21. So
Okay.
I'm done with that stage of life.
But you went through it.
I did, yes.
What was the biggest challenge, you think?
Biggest challenge?
When you were in nursing school, how old were they?
Oh, they were not born yet. I was not married.
Oh, smart.
I graduated. I graduated nursing school in 1993. Show my age there, but but I was working as a nurse when they were little. I was working in the operating room.
Wow.
And so yeah, it was challenging. I mean, I had help from my husband's sister. Lived with us for a little while he was always gone a
Yes,
lot.
because he's military.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So she helped me a lot, but yeah, I mean, it was challenging to get up, in the morning and be there at 6:30 in the morning, 6:45, and then working all day, and then getting them from school and coming home and doing homework, and so yeah, it's challenging.
It is a challenge.
It is challenging.
But you are in a different life stage, so
Yes.
how does what kind of stuff do you and your older kids do?
Well, my daughter-in-law like to go to the movies and to shop. Well, she likes to shop. She's my spender. My son's a spender too, but
I think that just comes naturally.
I'm a spender too. I like to shop. I like to go to the
You
movies.
should go with your son.
yeah, right.
Your daughter's like, who's this? You're like, it's my friend.
My new daughter. We're the same age.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully in December we're all going to take a family vacation
Nice.
together. My son will be going to a new school, so he'll be gone for about 8 months, and then off to his next duty station. So
your son's in the military.
and my son's in the military as well.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
He
for
is
your
stationed
husband and
here.
your son's service. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Appreciate
And
it.
her son's stationed here. Isn't
Yeah.
that cool?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Did he ask to come back, or
No.
is it luck of the draw?
It's the luck of the draw on that one.
Yeah.
Have you met parents that actually move bases to be with their kids? Have you heard of that? Would you do that?
move bases to be with my? No,
Yeah.
I would no, because he's an adult.
Yeah.
He doesn't want his mother around
Yeah.
him all the time. So no, I
There
mean
you
I
go.
don't. I have not heard that, but
It does happen.
I'm sure it does.
As a realtor, I can testify.
Yes, I'm sure it does. No, now when they are married and have grandchildren, I don't know if I'll move, but I'll be there.
Yes.
That's what I said
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I want grandkids.
Yeah.
yeah.
Girls,
I want
you better
grandkids.
listen to your mom. She wants a lot of grandkids.
We have a lot of kids, so that's a high probability
Okay.
of having.
Yeah.
The whole football team,
Oh wow.
cheerleader team.
I have 4 girls and then a stepson,
Okay.
so we are a lot now.
You have a lot of girls.
Yeah.
So for our viewers, maybe let's give some tips on how are we on the
I think
right
this is
track?
a good one. I think this is a very good one because we tend to Google all of our sicknesses,
Yes.
and I think you're probably a good
Yeah.
person to dispel some of those. Can you help us with that?
About Googling your symptoms?
Common myths about.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I am a major Googler. Google and I are best friends. I should be paid by Google because I am constantly, but then I'll get even deeper into Google,
Right.
which can
You're gonna
drag you down
die
a
every
rabbit
day.
hole.
Right.
So
Well, if it's on the internet, it's true, right?
That's what everybody
That's what
says.
they say.
what
Yeah.
are some common myths that you could share about health for busy moms?
So we're not Googling them and making
Yeah, don't
ourselves
Google them.
crazy.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I kind of wrote this note down. I mean, positive self-talk. Yeah, you have a symptom. Yes. But why do you have that symptom? But don't berate yourself, and beat yourself down about why, something is happening. And so, I think a lot of times Google is good and give you an idea of what you may have. Because that's how I started when I started my symptoms back.
So Google's not bad, guys.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it was around 15 years ago. So, and I read a lot of books to try to help me too, to get down. But there's just so much information out there that you can get lost, like you said. So it's helpful to have someone that you can talk to about it, like me or even another health coach or something. that we could go over those symptoms and kind of narrow it down to, and I'll ask you 100 questions about what's going on. And so Google's good to kind of get you an idea of what you may have. That's kind of how I was. I'm like, I think I have an adrenal issue, because I was waking up at 2 a.m. and staying awake for hours at a time. And so I knew that my cortisol was off just by researching on Google. Well, then I dived down into more books about, my cortisol issue and what can I help with that. And so one was getting rid of gluten, getting rid of the caffeine. So I started doing that, and then I finally found a chiropractor when we were in Fort Worth who did some testing for me, who did get me some supplements, but then we moved and then she moved and then no more supplements, So then I was taking like vitamin C and all these other, supplements because that's what it said in the book. Right. So did it help? Maybe a little, but it wasn't geared toward exactly what I needed and to figure out how to actually find the cause of it,
right,
and to fix it.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So what I hear you saying is, do some initial research and kind of get an idea of what it could be. But you need some professional help to really be able to help you solve it.
Yeah, it does, because there's just so much out there.
Yeah.
That you need someone to kind of steer you in the right direction. You don't need to be taking 50 supplements, 20 supplements.
That's what I was just going to ask you. Because I have started taking turmeric every night, magnesium, my daily vitamin. And I have a friend whose mom was on a bunch of supplements, and she actually almost died because her liver got so sick from all of the supplements she was taking. Yeah. So
I think your turmeric is making you orange.
It isn't it? I want to be orange and tan. I want to look like Mark Simpson. But how is, like, what do you suggest with that, with supplements and vitamins and things that we take that we think are going to make us feel good?
Absolutely.
So
great question.
You could take the supplements for the rest of your life and still have the issues until you find the root cause of why you're having those issues. So I took turmeric as well. I take magnesium every day. Magnesium is great for stress relief.
Oh, it knocks me out cold.
Yeah,
it does nothing for me.
Really?
I think it actually kept me awake when I took 2 pills. They said 2 on the bottle. I just followed the directions.
And then again, let's talk. We can go into more details about that. Like, where do you get your supplements from? Are you buying them off of Amazon? Are you getting them from Walmart?
They're cheap.
And that's the problem sometimes too, is that it may just be white powder and may not even be, I hate to say, actual magnesium. No. Because they just want to sell you something, and then so it's best to buy your supplements from a reputable company that's third party tested, that has gone through all the. Yes, you may pay a little bit more, but they're going to be high quality and they're going to give you more relief.
Do you have a suggestion for who you would recommend?
So I like Equilife. That's where I get all my supplements. I do all my protocol. Stephen Cabral is the doctor of naturopathy who taught me the whole protocol, the whole integrative health practitioner. But his are third-party tested. They're all organic. They're all, he tests everything before he puts it out because he knows the difference between high quality. Standard Process is another one that might benefit some people. I know there's more out there, but those are the 2 that are just coming to my mind right now.
You're going to have to post those.
Yes, we will have that information for you. And actually, if you guys haven't been on our website recently, we started our guest bios. And in the bios, you're going to find all the information that they're sharing with us, because we do understand how important this stuff is. So we want to be able to have that information.
Yeah, get that
and then how to contact them, what their specialties are. Like, we'll have all your information so people are able to find you and come and see you.
Yeah.
I think the biggest part, so kind of going back to the health myths for busy moms, is how do we make time for that? I think that's the biggest. If you, as a busy mom, I know your kids are a little bit older, so you're a little bit more flexible, but your life's still full even as your kids are older.
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
And what are the most essential aspects for our health that you would say everyone should be doing this? So specifically a woman, let's go there, because we know and understand that our woman needs are different than a man's.
So aside from a supplement, I'm going to say number one is sleep. You have to have sleep. Your body sleeps. When you sleep, your body rejuvenates itself. So if you're not getting a good full night's sleep, you're no good for yourself.
There you go.
So one,
I just
magnesium.
needed somebody to tell me that.
Yeah. So magnesium can help you relax.
Okay.
So 300 milligrams of a high quality magnesium, full spectrum magnesium or something at dinner time to kind of help you start relaxing.
Oh.
That gets your adrenals started relaxing. The turmeric is helpful for the adrenals, but if you can find one that has, a little bit more an adrenal adaptogen or something that kind of helps calm the system down. But yeah, magnesium is huge for stress. And if you're not sleeping, things just pile on top of each other.
There you go.
So if they're not sleeping, they need to try to find a time when in the evening, after your kids go to bed, you need to wind down. You need to stop the blue light. You need to turn the TV off. You need to put your phone away at least an hour or two before you go to bed, because the blue light stimulates your brain. And so it's still thinking it's time to be awake. So getting rid of all of that will help.
I think that's probably the hardest thing.
It is hard.
We're such a time consuming culture. We're trying to fit as much of everything that we can do in a day. That for me, the only time to really relax is after dinner to watch TV. So that's exactly when we shouldn't be watching TV or on blue screens.
Yeah. So after dinner, go for a walk.
Yeah.
10-20 minute walk. One, that helps with digestion. It helps digest your food. So instead of sitting down and then like, oh my gosh, I'm so bloated, because you sat down and your body's just sitting there not moving that stuff around. So get your kids involved. Go. I know it's warm, but 10 to 20 minutes it's not long. You don't, a couple times down the street and back or something. That will help. That'll help make you tired too. Get all that energy out and takes away your blue light.
There you go.
If you like TV, that's, fine. Turn it off by 8:30 at night or whatever. I'm not a big TV watcher, but I still have lights on at the house, and I use the blue blocking glasses at night, just because I've had such a hard time with my sleep. I try to do everything I can.
That's great.
So
Those are great tips.
Absolutely.
I'm really interested in the sleep because I love to go to sleep. I
At
go to
7.
bed at 8 o'clock.
You go to bed at 7:30.
Yeah. Well, I'm in bed at 9, but I'm usually up about 5ish.
Me too.
5:30. So, you need at least a good solid 7 to 8 hours of sleep. 10 to 6
So I was
or
going to
whatever.
ask, what is the recommended for healing your body at
A
night?
good 8 hours. You need a good 8 hours. So, ideal time. I mean, back in the day when we didn't have electricity, you went to bed and you got up with the sun. No one had any issues.
This is so true. We should go back to that.
That's
Yeah.
what I do. I am into that.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You get up at 5:30. That is not
The sun
sunlight.
The
is
sun's
up.
up at around
Yeah.
6.
Yeah,
It
6.
is.
5:45.
She wouldn't know because she's still sound asleep. No, I love, would you say that for busy moms, getting yourself and your kids into some sort of routine,
Yes, routine is
a really
huge.
good thing?
Yes.
I feel like it
Yes.
helps your mental health, honestly.
It does.
Having kind of
Yeah.
some sort of a schedule, even though things can come in and kids get sick, you got to go here or there. But having something to kind of ground you.
Yeah, we've always
But-
had a routine when my kids were little. It was the same time every time
Yeah.
you go to bed.
How do you handle summers? How do you guys handle summer routines?
Mine doesn't switch up that much. My
Yeah.
kids are kind of like me. They go to bed early, wake up early, they exercise, we eat breakfast. It's pretty much the same. And then there
Yeah.
is a downtime period.
Yeah.
After, it is kind of like the old days, where farmers went to work in the morning. When it gets hot, you come in and kind of eat and rest
Yeah.
a minute, and then go back out. But
Yeah. I mean, if it's for kids, it's still light outside. Put some blackout curtains up. Shut the curtains to where the light is dark.
Yep.
To keep them in that routine, to still think it's time to go to bed. And even if you push it 30 minutes or whatever, but just, if you don't have that, and then when school starts, if you don't have that routine, then you're starting all over
Yes.
again.
Yes.
rough.
So it's even harder because the kids have been going to bed late at night, and now we have to switch everything up. But it's healthy too. Your body needs that to stay healthy. So, and your kids need that to stay healthy. So, and just winding them down even after dinner, go for the walk, come in and do quiet activities, even no screen time for them. Screen times for kids should be very minimal.
Yep.
But that's a whole other topic.
I know.
But,
Yeah, we'll be here another 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I need that topic.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
let's see.
I feel like we kind of touched a little bit on it.
Yeah, like maybe Lisa, share with us, like, say if for our moms who are watching, if they were gonna go pack a lunch for them or for work all day or for their kids at school, like what would be some essential healthy things that you would say for busy moms on the go to integrate into their routine?
Sure. So everyone should have at least 7 to 9 fruits and vegetables a day. So, and try to eliminate the processed food. So if you can get them to eat fruits and vegetables, carrot sticks, celery sticks, grapes, pumpkin seeds, even kind of some seeds in there for the fat is good. Make ahead, like on Sunday, spend time to make your own chicken tenders, make your own chicken nuggets, with almond flour or something that's healthier than the store-bought processed.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. And that way they're getting healthier foods as well. If you want them to have a little treat, then make a healthy treat. Make something at home that doesn't require, all the sugars. And you can even make sweet potato brownies that are really good that they don't know they're in there.
Yep.
I mean, you can hide a lot of things in brownies.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
But not for kids.
Our
No.
culture has said that is true.
Yeah, right. So yeah, just fruits and vegetables is huge for the kids, and water, or even the electrolyte drinks you can water down for the kids. The syrup, the sugary drinks, and all that stuff is just for their little bodies is not good. So you kind of want, now's the perfect time to get them eating healthy.
Yep.
Because when you teach them how to eat healthy, then that's what they're going to want. My daughter would come and take bell peppers and mushrooms off my cutting board when I would make dinner. So she does like her vegetables.
Yeah.
So I think it's huge that you introduce those when they're young.
Absolutely.
And then putting that in their lunchbox,
Yeah.
And the treats aren't bad. You just don't want it every day.
Yeah.
You don't want that sugar every day.
True.
Is it true when you do have, say, sugary processed foods, does the body actually crave it? And it's
Yes.
hard, almost like
It's an
a drug
addiction.
addiction.
It is, yes. Sugar is, they say, it's like cocaine. It's hard to break the habit,
I'm
and
a-
it is true.
I think I have a confession.
she
I'm
is a
addicted.
druggie, a sugar druggie.
A sugar druggie, yeah. And it takes like 21 days to break that habit.
Wow.
For any
So
habit,
hard.
21 days.
Yeah.
But you just have to willpower. You have to have the mindset that you want to change. And that's a whole other topic too.
Bread is the hardest thing for me. I love bread. I would bathe in bread if I could.
Yeah, and I love bread too. And I really, and I make sourdough. I don't. That's a treat.
Yeah.
That's a piece of bread.
Well, within the keto, I haven't had bread or, technically carbs. So I need to go back to really look and see what I am really sensitive to, whether it's the milk and the bread or one or the other or both, but it's a lot of different things. This is so informative. It's amazing. And I feel like we could probably do this for another hour or two.
Yes.
But I know that we have to keep it in time. One thing we didn't ask you was about your business. Tell us about your business because you are so knowledgeable. I'm very intrigued to know not just what you do, what do you offer, where are you located, and how can people find you?
Yeah. So I'm currently working at Body, Mind, Spine Chiropractic off of Tarver and 317 in Temple. We're going to be setting up kind of an office in there for me to work with clients. So basically, we set up a consultation. I'll send you a health questionnaire. You'll hopefully send that back to me prior to our meeting where I can research it and look at it, and then you'll come spend an hour with me and we'll discuss your symptoms and what your goal is and really get down to the nitty-gritty of what's going on in your body. And then from there, after our initial 1 hour office visit, I'll complete a wellness plan for you with suggestions, the things that I would recommend. And then I'll send that out to you. And then it might be, you know, I highly recommend detoxes for everybody because your body is inundated, and we could spend an hour on toxins. But a detox is probably step one for everybody that comes to see me. And then the next, you'll follow some of the guidelines that I give you in the wellness plan, and then I'll have a follow-up with you weekly by email or phone call, probably email. And then I'll see you in another month, and then we will see how you're doing, and then go from there, whether we need to start a certain protocol for your like parasites or leaky gut or heavy metals, you know.
How many people statistically that you see actually have parasites and stuff like that?
So if you have a dog, if you walk barefoot,
Look at it. I have no. I went like this.
You're all.
I have no dog.
if you've ever been out of the country, it's possible you have a parasite.
Wow. And
Yeah.
how would one know?
What are the symptoms for that?
Well, stool testing is one. I didn't stool test. Teeth grinding is a huge one. Do you grind your
Wow,
teeth?
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take some turmeric and
see if it helps. Yeah. So teeth grinding is a huge one. Sometimes you can see them in your stool if you have anal itching. A lot of times you can feel like, and that's kind of gross, like a crawling on your skin, under your skin.
Wow.
Could be a potential parasite. Yeah. So drinking water out of the tap.
Really?
Is drinking water out of a plastic bottle horrible? Because that's what I do.
This is cancer, not parasites.
It's not the best. Glass would be better if you can do the glass. Only because heat will mess up the plastic and seep into your water, and then you're drinking the chemicals from the plastic. So then you have, again, heavy metals and all that stuff in your system. So
Sometimes all of this gets my brain so junked up that I'm like, forget it. I'm just going to eat, fast food, all the sugar, all the plastic stuff, because I'm going to die anyways. So I may as well just keep it on.
Marissa, you are probably one of the few people that could do all that and look exactly
I know
the
exactly.
same way you
Yeah,
do.
right. Well, that's why I say it's baby steps. Change your water bottle. That's the first
Start
step.
with your water bottle.
Start
I
with
love
your water
that,
bottle.
like little steps.
Little steps,
Exactly.
because it is, like you say, it's overwhelming. And that's why, like, when I make the wellness plan for people, I put in there, change slowly. Like, okay, this week let's get off the gluten, or this week let's get off the dairy. Okay, well, next week continue off the gluten or continue off the dairy, and then let's add something else to it. Because you're going to be overwhelmed and you're just going to quit because it's too hard. Yes, it's too hard. So just take it one step at a time. I'm working with my sister-in-law right now, and she's like, well, I'm almost done. I'm almost not using any more dairy, and she's been on it for a week, no dairy or whatever, lower doses of dairy. And she's like, and my pants are fitting looser.
Wow.
So it's huge with those little signs, and it's only been a week.
Wow.
So
I love that. I'm relieved because I know most people are like me. When you go to somebody like you or even your doctor and they're like, they just like strip you down from everything that you're used to. It's a hard adjustment, and you're just like,
and then you're gonna
stick with
quit.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
so
that.
there's no point in jumping in. I mean, if you're all gung ho and you're ready and you're in the right mindset for doing it, go by all means.
Yeah. Sometimes you are.
And sometimes you are.
Sometimes you're so fed up with the way things were.
I was
Yes.
ready.
Yeah.
I had the mindset. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
tired of doing this. I'm tired of dealing with this, and I want to,
Yeah.
so.
So great. Well, you are so very knowledgeable. So tell us about your beauty routine. Because now that we know you're super smart. We want to know what you do.
Okay.
Did you bring something with you, or is there something you want to share with us? One, a beauty tip.
Okay.
Like a beauty product
beauty
or
product.
something you love.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be fancy. I think I showed my deodorant a couple weeks
Okay.
ago.
Well, I didn't bring anything with me.
That's
I didn't
okay.
think about that. That is one thing that I am changing because of the toxins in all the makeup and the skincare. So I have
There you go.
started, eliminating a lot of the body washes. Like, okay, I loved Bath and Body, but I can't anymore because of all the toxins in it. And your skin is the largest organ of your body. So you're putting all that in, and it's just overloading your liver for one. And so
Really? What
Yeah.
you put on your skin
Yes.
affects your liver.
Wow.
Did you guys know that? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So your liver,
Makes
your
sense.
liver is your
Yeah.
cleaning organ. So everything you eat, everything you put on your skin, everything you drink, everything that you do, your body, your liver has to filter that out. So it can get clogged, and that's why I always recommend a detox, because that's giving your liver a break. It's cleansing out your liver, and then afterwards you could slowly start implementing things back into your system to see how you react to them.
Wow.
But yeah, so I don't do Bath and Body stuff anymore. I use Jane Iredale. I think that's how you say her last name, for the cosmetics.
Jane Iredale.
Iredale. It's natural products. And then Beauty Counter is a good one, but they kind of like, they didn't go out of business, but they kind of closed business for a little bit. I think they had a shift of like ownership or something. And so I'm hoping they're going to come back, because they were ones that, you know, were really clean ingredients. So a lot of my soaps don't have the parabens and the sulfates and sulfites and all that stuff in it, and my shampoo, all that stuff. So
I think you should show me your water bottle.
oh, my water
Yeah.
bottle. Yes, this is,
That I'm gonna go
Now
get a
this
glass
is-
water bottle.
this is from Amazon. It is
Oh.
glass, but I mean it does have the plastic spout, but I
Your
mean
water isn't coming into direct contact, and not like if it's sitting.
it's not sitting in the
Like
sun. Yeah, I mean it's probably not the best from the top, but it is glass, and I do have a AquaTrue water filter as well that sits on my counter. That filters out more than just what your refrigerator would filter out. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us? What is there something? Leave us with the tip of wisdom.
A tip of wisdom. If I could tell you one thing to start doing that you could just do every day, would be dry brushing.
You actually
Really?
told me about
I
it.
did tell you about that, because
And I have done it.
yeah, because your lymph system in your body is part of your cleaning out system, but it has to have movement to empty. So when you're sitting and you're stagnant, your lymph doesn't move. And so dry brushing, I do it every morning when I get up out of bed. You can find YouTube videos about dry brushing. It's a very gentle stroke. You start at your feet and work your way up. You always work towards the heart, and then that just helps flush your lymph system.
Really?
So I've been doing that for years.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yep, you shared that with me a
Yeah.
few months ago, and I have been doing it, probably not as consistent as I
Yeah.
should, but I was doing it for other reasons, and
Right.
but the
What
benefits of
another
it.
reason?
Well, I was like struggling with cellulite, and so I'll just tell you, like, and I
Yeah.
hate it. I've always been thin.
Did you
It's
feel
something
a
that I've
difference?
had, and I hate it. Yes, I did, and then you told me to get the
Yes.
lymph nodes, right?
Right.
And
Well, yeah. Well, your lymph drains right here. This is your big duct right here. So if you just kind of gently stroke, it kind of opens it up, so everything can drain down into it. I mean, you can even do your face too. You know.
Yep. There's a
So,
lot of great benefits.
yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I think that is it for us. Oh, mom fails and mom wins. You don't have to
Oh.
share both. You can share one, if you can think of
Fail.
something. It doesn't have to be fail, but I think
Okay.
that you can
a
explain
win,
it.
a
for-
win or a fail,
Yeah.
and even if it was, this week or 5
Yeah.
years ago, 10 years, anything
Sure.
that stands out where you're like, ooh, I kind of blew it there, or wow, I won.
Yeah.
Sometimes they come
Yeah.
all in one package.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I can say that I have really good kids.
That's amazing.
They're very, respectful kids in society, and they work hard, and I think that's a reflection on how we raised them.
Yes.
a little bit.
Absolutely.
You know,
That's
they're
a
very,
major win.
yeah, very respectful, very kind, and
Yeah.
so yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, we talked about it before about graduation. Like you see the kids who are like, yay, we graduated. And I'm always, excited for the parents because it takes that much effort
Yeah.
from a parent as well to get through all of those school years
Right.
and the struggles and the expenses.
Right.
So,
It's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for joining us.
Oh,
and
it's
taking
great.
time out of
Absolutely.
It's
your
great.
day.
I would love to come back and we can just
Yes,
dig in deeper.
We got detox. We got
stress.
yes.
We got
Absolutely.
weight loss. I mean, it's all.
It is all
That's
relevant and
something.
it's all different. So when we
Yeah.
talk about weight loss, I think we talk a lot about being in our age, because it is a different
It's
process.
harder.
So even that aspect, you're talking about two different not life cycles, but different seasons
Yes.
for women.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll have to
And
definitely have
advice,
that.
is I wish that I had been doing all the things I'm doing now
Yes.
when I was in my
Yes.
20s. I'm like, wow, you have like a blank canvas, and
Yeah.
then you kind of take it for granted. So young ladies,
Yes, definitely.
take
Start
advantage
now.
of your youth.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that way you feel really great when you're
Yeah.
my age, and she's
Yeah.
really old.
I look really good for my age. What can I say?
So probably will be both of y'all.
Anyways.
Yes, exactly. I think I feel the same. But I think the intentionality comes as you get to know your body. And honestly, I didn't really know my body until I got into my
Yes.
40s.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
And that's
was-
that's when everything started falling apart for me.
Well, and I think
right.
that that's why we start noticing it.
Yes.
And we start paying attention
Yeah.
and we start caring for it, because
Yeah.
it's not just acting the same way as it was before. I
Yeah.
never kept a track of my cycle. Ever.
My daughter does. She has that app. Well, we didn't have phones growing up, so I never did.
Yeah, well,
You know.
I think by the time, I don't know, 10 years ago they had it, but I wouldn't have done that. That's too
Yeah.
much energy.
Yeah.
But now, a few years ago, I just started noticing those things, and you start being more intentional.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I think too, just real quick, based on like our talk last week was about perimenopause, but I think that, and even taking care of ourselves as women, older women, 10, 20 years ago weren't talking to younger women about what
Correct.
is next.
Yeah.
Right.
And it is important. Like,
a lot
I
more
think
private.
to educate
Yeah.
like the women who are in their 20s, 30s, like, hey, do these things now. That way, when you are our
Correct.
age, you're gonna feel even better than we feel.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
a pass it forward,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I wish that we had been taught, like,
Absolutely.
because you do start playing catch up when all those aches and everything's changing. You're like trying to go into like,
Yeah. And you can catch up. It's possible.
There you go.
And-
There's hope.
And there is hope, and you can fix it, but it's
Yeah.
it just is going to be a process. So if you can start when you're in your 20s,
There you go.
or even teaching like I said, your kids how to eat properly, and one, that'll help them stay healthy, and then you won't have to go on the antibiotics and all that stuff as well, so, which there's a reason for those, but
Yes,
if you
absolutely.
can avoid them,
Right.
but yeah, start them young.
There we go. Very well.
well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in this week, and we are so thankful that Lisa joined us.
Absolutely.
And
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Yes,
Yes.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
we will list all of these things on the website. That way, you guys, if you have questions for Lisa or you want any of the links to the great tips that she shared, we will have that on our website.
But also your business information. So
Yes.
if you guys
Yes.
want to
Come
get
see
some
me.
services,
Yes. Yep.
come and see her. She is in Temple,
Yep.
Texas. Not that far from Austin, not that far from Georgetown or any of the central Texas areas. So absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Let us know how we can help. And if you guys
Yeah.
have questions,
Yes,
let
please.
us know.
Yeah, be happy to answer.
Yes.